Hey, today in Offshore Talk, we're going to go inside the coastline a little bit to a place where horsepower meets healing, kids, where therapeutic riding transform lives, from children with disabilities and veterans that are just trying to build trust. So let's saddle up for a story that may just move you. Let's go inside.
Hippotherapy literally means treatment with the help of the horse. So in Europe, Germany and Austria, they were using the horse's movement to treat people with polio, with MS, with other musculoskeletal issues and neurological issues. So a group of us from the United States were invited to go to Germany to study hippotherapy with the masters. The 18 of us from the United States, it was a group of occupational and physical therapists. In Germany and Europe, the physical therapy uses hippotherapy, but we actually treat patients using the movement of the horse. So that's where the expression comes from, treatment with the help of the horse.
And your background?
I'm a physical therapist for 1,000 years. Now it's being used throughout the United States, throughout the country. 18 of us came back to the United States and put together a curriculum to put it to the universities and to be able to teach it throughout the United States.
But when you saw this, what was the big aha? I mean, something must have, oh my gosh, this is
Which is
incredible.
funny that you say aha, because it's called the American Hippotherapy Association, AHA, and a lot of people call it aha because they called it, path. So the aha moment was when I was able to take my love of horses and the movement of the horse and what the horse is all about and physical therapy and sort of meld them together. And then when I was able to work with folks with disabilities, children with developmental delays, cerebral palsy, back in the day we'd call it developmental delays, but I was able to put them on top of the horse and see what they were able to then come away with. The movement of the horse almost completely replicates our normal movement pattern when we walk. So if you've never experienced normal walking, and here comes a horse walking right now, when the rider, the client sits on top of the horse astride, their pelvis moves in the exact same way on the horse as it would if he was walking on the ground.
Incredible.
So if you don't have the normal movement pattern, you don't know how to do it correctly, the horse gives you that. And the horse gives you that repetition because a horse moves 60 beats a minute. If you're mimicking in that, and as the person walks, the horse is walking, the person on top's pelvis is getting that repetition 60 times a minute. If you wanted to be a good golf or tennis?
Yeah. It's either one I do well, but that's okay.
Let's say you really wanted to get your forehand. And you just weren't getting it, and you were practicing, and all of a sudden you got that motor memory, that muscle memory, it worked. I'm going to do it again and again. Well, the horse gives that to the client 60 times in a minute.
Wow.
Could you imagine doing a forehand 60 times in a minute? You couldn't.
So you're getting this muscle memory
You're
developed?
Getting that developed muscle memory. Because if I want to work with a client to try to teach them how to walk correctly, the perturbations that happen when we walk are so small. It's like this. You can't get that any other way besides the horse. The other thing is that the horse has a multi-system input because we're using the horse as a medical modality. We're using the horse, again, not the right word, modality, but we're using it as a medical treatment. We're not saying, let's just put this kid on a horse, and we're saying my goals are to improve walking, to improve gait speed, to improve their ability to skip, to run, to jump, because that's what a kid does. Your job might be able to sit at a desk without pain. A kid's job is to run and play.
On average, when you have a child that needs to have this develop, how long does it take typically?
The incredible thing about this is that I have seen a change in 20 minutes. 20
Wow.
minutes. And when I'm in a physical therapy clinic working with a client on these things, I have to get them engaged. They don't want to do it.
Right.
It's boring. It's not fun. The horse, multi-system, so I've got vestibular, I've got auditory, I've got visual, I've got this big, beautiful creature that's fun and exciting.
Yeah, this therapy can work for adults also, right?
Absolutely. I've
So-
used it for adults as well.
What type of adults would this benefit?
Again, anybody with a neurological, musculo issue. Guillain-Barré, I've used it for Parkinson's disease, somebody if that's had a stroke, whether it's a stroke because of a head injury or a stroke because, after we get a couple birthdays,
Yeah, right.
the plumbing doesn't work so well, so
Right.
we get little strokes.
We're on the East Coast, we're in Virginia Beach.
Correct.
So where, is it all over now? Is it still something that
No,
not a
it's
lot of
still,
people know?
it's still,
That's amazing.
there's still a lot to be done. Unfortunately, the insurance companies are not as often willing to pay for it because there's a horse involved. No, we can't do that.
Ah, I see.
No.
Yeah.
Well, actually, evidence-based studies have shown that the efficacy, great word,
Yep.
the medical efficacy of hippotherapy you get far greater results than in a traditional setting. I want to be able to utilize what I get from the horse and put it in a therapeutic setting. So now that you can walk better, let's practice skipping, because that's what your goal
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
to be able to skip with your peers. One girl we had here, her goal was to be able to walk foot over foot to be able to get into the bus for school. That was her goal. We were able to achieve it.
Wow. So if someone's watching this in some other state, how do they know what's a
Yes.
good person to go to for this? How do they
You
know
wanna-
they're qualified?
Right, you want to look for someone who's trained in hippotherapy. It's very specific. You have to understand the horse.
So,
If you don't understand the horse,
yeah.
you don't understand the treatment.
So do they have a certification for it?
The American Hippotherapy Association, there is a certification that therapists can study for and take. It's a national exam. You have to pass it to be able to say that you are certified in hippotherapy.
But when they go out to the field or they go out here, does there have to be a therapist with the child? I mean, actually, you have a team around
We always
the
have
child.
a team, yes, sir. So we have to have a horse handler. That's the person who controls the horse. Then you have the physical, occupational, or speech therapist.
Right.
And in physical therapy, we tend to work on balance, walking, being able to go from sitting down to standing up, transitional movements, where speech therapy is going to work on phonation, being able to articulate,
Right.
also swallowing, occupational therapy, and poor impulse control, poor emotional regulation. The horse can impact all of those systems as well.
Wow, this is pretty amazing.
It is really kind of like I almost get
Yeah,
goosebumps
yeah.
because it's so powerful.
When I first came here and I looked at this beautiful 50 acres or so that you got out here and all the barns and the horses and the people working here, the story had to be told because I
Right.
think there's not enough information that comes out about this, and there's probably parents that are suffering, and it is different.
If I have to choose a horse that's going to move correctly for my client, if my client moves small, I want a horse that's going to move small. If I have a client who's very tight, I don't want to have a horse that's
So
necessarily
that's
going to...
interesting. You're matching the horse to
I have
the
to match
patient
the
or
horse to the patient.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Then I choose what gear I'm going to use, what safety equipment. We don't necessarily ride with a saddle, but there is a covering because we have to protect the horse and his
Right.
muscles. But the warmth from the horse stretches all those tight muscles. So you're getting the stretched muscles, you're getting the constant input, you're getting all of these things happening
all the
at once.
sensories.
All the sensory.
Wow.
And for kids that are on the autism spectrum, riding is very centralizing. It's very calming. If a horse trots, it's a very steady 2-beat movement. And that concussive movement is very organizing and grounding for some kids that are on the spectrum.
Right. So I'm hearing more and more stories about miraculous things taking place. The parents are just blown away by what just happened. But I just want to say thank you for being here today and sharing this beautiful place, EquiKids. I mean, I'm looking at a pasture that is just gorgeous and the 50 acres on this thing.
Thank you very much
Appreciate
for taking
it.
the time.
Hey friends, we're here in Virginia Beach in Sandbridge, and we're going to check out this beautiful condominium, one of the probably the most popular condominiums here in Sandbridge and in Virginia Beach, right on the Atlantic Ocean. It's called The Sanctuary. Let's go check it out. Beautiful day, isn't it? Look at that. Let's go inside. Here we go. Let's go check it out. So this 3-bedroom, 2-bath, fully furnished unit was an Airbnb, just all done up. And you know, steps to the Atlantic Ocean, and right back there is Back Bay. So just imagine spending some time here with your family. Just a beautiful place. Across the street is the Baja Restaurant, where it opens up in the summertime. And then you've got your beautiful kitchen. So these are all available here at the Sanctuary. So if you're interested in learning more about the Sanctuary and maybe pick one up for yourself, this is the spot. This is the spot, all set up, ready to go. You got ceramic tiles, you've got a complete, fully furnished unit, and I'm sure there's some that are not. You've got the kids' room. If you have kids or you want to bring the kids in, great bunk beds. And you come into this other room here, and you've got the bathroom, and then you have another bedroom. It's just gorgeous. Over there is the bay. You have a choice to go to the Atlantic Ocean or the bay. So you got ocean views in the front and bay views in the back, right out of your balcony. So if you're dreaming of owning a beachfront property or expanding your rental portfolio, you couldn't ask for anything better than this. Oh, hey, sorry, I just took a little nap here and on the beach here. So if you're thinking about owning one or you want to add to your portfolio, this is the place. Give me a call, DM me, let me know, because this is beachfront living. And while you're here, check out Jose. Check out Jose Tequila. Little restaurant here right off of the Sanctuary in Sandbridge. Check it out. If you want a private showing, let's get you offshore. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love it. Did you ever want to live by the water? Did you want to have a beach house so you can just take your family and enjoy all of this right here? Beach people are different. If you're a beach person, you know that. You know that living by the beach, being a beach family, being a beach house, and being able to enjoy it is a whole new thing. You know, I bought my house 20 years ago and love every minute of it. I mean, it's just, is it the perfect house? No, but it's a beach house. Well, you've got to be concerned about construction, right? How do you build? Or if you do buy something that's a resale, what do you be concerned about? What have you got to concerned about? The roof, the insulation, the windows. So living at the beach has a lot of factors. You've got to worry about the weather, obviously, you've got to look at, how do I build so that water does not come into my house? So there's got to be some tips that we can get from professionals living here, building here, that have faced most of those issues of living offshore, right? So today we're going to talk to a couple of those experts and find out, what do you got to do? What are some of the tips that we can start to do, even in our houses that are off a little bit from the water, is how do we protect ourselves? Okay, so here are the top 5 things homeowners need to do, whether they have an existing home or maybe building a brand new home by the water. Here's the top 5 things that my research and talking to the pros talked about. So number 1, elevate the structure above flood levels. Seems like a duh. Sometimes we don't do that, and so that causes some major problems in storm surges, rising water levels. So that's number 1. Number 2, install flood-resistant materials and features for the home. These water-resistant materials minimize the damage from flooding and moisture exposure. So I have a list of those if you want. Actual flood vents and resistant materials can reduce repair costs by about 50% or more in minor flood events. So that's something that's really important to think about. Number 3, reinforce against wind and storm. So for new builds, use hurricane-resistant windows and metal or impact-resistant shingles and secure connections. Obviously, impact-resistant windows and shutters can reduce wind damage risk by about 80%. That's actually pretty good. Number 4, protect against erosion and shoreline degradation. Okay, so that means that you want to install natural or engineered barriers like riprap if you're by the water, these types of things. Plant native vegetation to stabilize soil and reduce wave impact. So properly designed seawalls or natural barriers can actually reduce erosion rates by about 90%. So that's a huge little tip. And number 5, the last one, implement proper drainage and waterproofing. So if you have poor drainage, it just continues the flooding and water damage to the property, especially during heavy rains. So effective drainage systems can actually reduce water intrusion to your property by about 60%. So these are the top 5 things to be concerned about here living by the water for your home and living in our area, which is Virginia Beach. I mean, these things are the most important things to consider if you plan on building or living by the water. Hey, thanks for watching Offshore Talk. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the follow button, leave a review if you like. If you like what you see and you're vibing with us, come ride the wave of Offshore Talk. Leave a comment, let us know about any businesses or area you'd like for us to feature on our next edition of Offshore Talk. See ya. Bye.